going to discuss about one political science lesson. Second lesson from our political science text. We have discussed a lot about our country India, its features and also the different characteristics of our people and our country in the last lesson. And we studied about the one most important description that is given by our first Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, that he described India as a land of unity in diversity, because all different type of diverse group of people are living here. And we know what is diversity. Simply we have its definition as differences. So in India, we are always looking towards, while we are looking towards different people, we can feel and also can experience diversities or differences in the form of our language or dress code or culture or religious practices or this type of education that we are acquiring or our family background, etc. are entirely different from one group to another. Not only the religion, language, etc. Our soil type or climatic condition also are different from one place to another, and we discussed about the different type of landforms or lifestyle of people in Ladakh and also in Kerala. So we know that our country is entirely different from many of the other countries of the world, where we are experiencing different group of people and also we feel a kind of unity among all these differences. Our second chapter give one another important topic in the name of discrimination. Diversity is a common word for us. Here we are going to study one another term called discrimination. Diversity is quite natural. It can feel everywhere, either as boys or girls, or as Malayalis or any other languages, or on the form of different religion, or on the basis of our dress code or cultural practices, etc. So it is nothing to worry about diversity. It can accommodate, people can live together without having any problem. But one another term that just we mentioned, that discrimination, that creates problems in a country, especially that divides the people into many different groups and also spoil unity or integration of a country, and sometimes it leads to many different type of dangerous or serious situations in the form of fight or clash among different group of people also. So we can go through the word discrimination and its different forms now. Discrimination is really a simple term that give us an idea about making gap in between people and their friendship. A term, simply we can say making gaps or making problems in between group of people, those who are living together. And what all things are considering as a factor for making discrimination among the people need to study from this chapter. So we can study one of the important factor what makes discrimination among the group of people is that one of our difference in the form of language or religion or cultural practices. All these are factors making discrimination against one group to another. That means in the form of language, we can simply say that we are considering that our language, whatever it may be, doesn't matter, our language is really perfect and also is one of the most important language, superior to all other languages in this world, because we are using it. That's the only reason. So when we are respecting our language and considering our language is a little bit more better than others, we will have a feeling or we will have a tendency not to respect the other different group of people, those who are using languages other than what we use. So if we are watching or seeing such a group of people, those who are using any other language other than our mother tongue or other than our favorite language, we will be having a kind of gap or we will feel a kind of contempt towards us, and we will not respect them and their language also. So there is a gap between people, those who are using different languages other than that we use. So language is a matter of making discrimination among group of people. Then comes language or religion. Religion is another important factor which also makes people into different groups. Religious groups are there a lot. Around 8 important religions are there in this world, and our country follow all that 8 different languages area. And also we know that Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, or Parsi, or Jainism, or Buddhism, etc. are the most important common religions in this world and also found in our country. And we people also follows our own religious practices, its rituals, its customs, etc. without disturbing others. So we need to keep a important point in our mind that all religions are important and all religions are precious to every group of people. But when the matter of religion become a factor for making discrimination is that when one religious group of people believe that their own religion is superior and also better than all other religions in this world, we will keep a distance from another group of people, those who are using another varieties of religion other than that we follow. So religion also makes differences or distances between group of people, those who are living in a country. Cultural practices, rituals, ceremonies, festivals that we follow and also enjoy also maybe differ from one group to another. All these are considering as a matter of making distance between group of people instead of uniting them. So, along with the language or religion, many other different many other different factors are there or reasons are there considering by people to make a group of people better and also to feel good and also to consider another group of people as inferior to them. All this leads to different type of difficulties for people to live in a country sometimes. So, here we are going to study one another important term that if we are considering a group of people as inferior, or if we are thinking about them negative alone, that is considering or that situation or that feeling is known as prejudice. Prejudice means we are or when a group of people are considering another group of people as inferior and low status, that is called prejudice. That means understanding others without knowing them well. Especially here from our daily life itself we can say that we are always talking about the difference between black and white group of people. Here in our country that is not so serious, but in different countries of the world, especially in African or in American continents, we are listening to such news every day that clash between black and white people. Why such clashes are there happening every time? It's mainly because of this type of discrimination of people on the basis of the color of skin. And a group of people, that is white group of people, believe that they are superior and better to live in this world, and the other group of people, that is black colored people, have no freedom or no right to live here. That makes them makes the black people to suffer a lot from the hands of white people. So when such a thought, that is black people are bad, or black people need to go somewhere, or black people have no freedom to live here, or black people are always keeping some negative thoughts, etc. Such a thought about one another group of people without knowing them well is called prejudice. Considering or regarding others as negative and negligible, that is known as prejudice. Prejudice makes great problems in country because it is considering as one important reason to disunite people or to disintegrate people of a country into many groups. That creates no any happiness in the life of people and also makes many confusions and conflicts later. So prejudice makes discrimination more serious. Now children, we are going to discuss one another important unfamiliar word for you. That is stereotypes. Do you heard it early? We are going to discuss it in simple explanation that we know that while from the birth itself or while we started to play as we are so infants or so kids, boys and girls are getting different type of toys. And our parents or our family members says that boys need to play with the vehicles or any other type of weapons because they are so bold and born for it. And girls also will get a set of materials just like kitchen set or they will get dolls, etc. And our parents and others will tell us to play with these things because we are so soft and emotional. So while we are growing, these two set of people will grow up with all the attitudes created by our parents or somebody else from the birth or from the young one itself, or while from the younger age itself. Boys are bold and also brave enough, and girls are so soft and emotional. So when boys and girls are growing with these type of attitude, two group of people are creating. There is no gap in between, but such a two attitude will be there, growing along with the people growing from their younger age itself. So while they are growing, again they will believe that boys are always brave enough to make a solution for every of the problems, and also are able to manage every type of conditions. And girls also will be having a feeling in their mind that we are so soft and also emotional, so we need to keep in our activity so suit for us, and will not indulge in any other extraordinary activities. Such an attitude that making people into two groups from their childhood itself, making them to keep a behavior according to the attitude created in their mind from their olden age or from their younger age itself. That group of people are known as stereotype. When we fix a group of people into a particular image or into a particular behavior mode, that is known as stereotype. From the beginning itself we are hearing that constantly or continuously we are hearing the two different mode of behavior for boys and girls from their younger age itself. Say they are growing up and also behaving according to what they heard from their infant stage itself. So this stereotype or prejudices haven't any direct influence or direct problem in the society, but while we are practicing it in our daily life, these two makes problems along with the problems created by language, religion, etc. Because these stereotypes are considering as boys are always a little bit bolder and brave enough to handle every type of situations, and will be able to make able to manage every type of problems, because boys are growing up with a hearing or with a statement that they heard constantly and continuously from their childhood onwards, that they are brave and bold enough to manage any kind of situation. And girls also are growing up with another statement that they also heard and experienced from their childhood in the name of they are so soft, mainly meant for domestic activities, and they are too emotional and sentimental. So these two group of people are keeping it so strict in their mind and will not try to make any kind of break in this statement that they already practiced in their life. So in future or in coming ages, what happened is that whenever some different situations are coming into the life of people, they may really afraid to change their attitude once already fit or already installed in their mind. So stereotypes sometimes, or in another words can say that a factor or a matter where discriminated mind will be created in our society. So prejudice or stereotype also has its own role to make people discriminated on the basis of many facts. So here we need to study one more important point, that all this discrimination of any kind or any type makes inequality in the society. Because one group of people, based on their language or religion or their gender or whatever it may be, feels that they are better and need to enjoy a great important facilities of life and society. And another section also believes that as it is because of their gender or religion or culture or the color of their skin, etc., they are meant to live in a pitiable or in a miserable condition of their life. So unity or equality or opportunities to become a little bit more better in society will be lost and will be disappeared due to this kind of discrimination. So discrimination creates great problems for the unity or the integration or the development of a nation. But we know diversity is so quite natural that find everywhere. So diversity is positive, but discrimination is a little bit negative and also dangerous. We need to study a little bit more about great personalities and their personal life where they also experienced all these type of discriminations. But they grew into a highest position in societies and also had their position and status in society. So today we can conclude our lesson by these two important points is like the discrimination created by language, religion or prejudice or stereotypes. We can continue the remaining portion of this chapter in the next class. So study well. Thank you. Have a nice day.